Are you looking for the best smartwatches for kids? In this video we will look at some of the best smartwatches for kids. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 5. Garmin Bounce. If you're looking for the basics, the Garmin Bounce offers voice and text messaging as well as preset messages kids can choose to send to their contacts, making communication easier than ever, no matter how accustomed your kids are to texting. With no internet capabilities, there's no need to worry about your child accessing inappropriate content. The Garmin Bounce has plenty to offer in other specs, though. It tracks activity, something that was highly motivating for our kid tester, and also passed the style test. Our kid tester said it looked cool and smart, and that it didn't look like a kid's watch, which was a good thing, in his opinion. He was able to figure out how to use the interface quickly and easily, and the watch looked good as new after a month of testing. We also appreciated the location boundary options. Our parent tester was able to set boundaries for home, school, and both parents' offices, and receive alerts from the watch when her son entered or exited a boundary. We found the battery still had 70% left after a full day, and as is par for the course for Garmin products, the watch is waterproof up to 5 meters. Although you have to pay for a subscription to Garmin's LTE network, your communications are still limited. There's no ability to make phone calls or send video messages with the Garmin Bounce. Monthly cost, $10 per month. Connectivity, Garmin LTE plan only. GPS tracking, yes. Battery life, 2 days. Features, real-time location tracking, text messaging, two-way voice messaging, check-in reminders, live assistance, up to 20 contacts, sports and activity tracking, school mode, games, waterproof up to 5 meters. Number 4. Fitbit Ace LTE. The brand we know best for activity trackers has teamed up with Google to make this 4G LTE connected watch that combines the best of both worlds. Our testing 7-year-old was super hyped about the games that rewarded him for being active, especially one that let him decorate a room for a character called EG. Meanwhile, his dad was happy that he could keep track of his son's location, and text and call him via the Fitbit Ace app. The Ace app is the only way to add contacts, up to 20, and that's also the exclusive means of connecting to the watch, meaning there's no watch-to-watch chatting allowed here. Our testing dad said setting up the watch and app was easy with a Google account and Wi-Fi. Phone calls were about as clear as anything on speakerphone, so, not the best, but passable. He also really appreciated that the watch comes with a bumper to protect the screen. The tap-to-pay option is a great feature for kids who are ready to manage their money. They'll have to have their own debit card from Greenlight or Acorns early to use it. Communication is exclusively through the app, there's no photo number, and in order to be an approved contact, you'll need a Google account and to be at least 13 years old, leaving out many grandparents and siblings. Some say that the Velcro on the wristbands wore out quickly. The battery also doesn't last past a day, so your kid will have to be diligent about recharging. Monthly cost, $10 a month or $119 for the year. Connectivity, Fitbit Ace Pass, 4G LTE. GPS tracking, yes. Battery life, 16 hours. Features, texting, voice, activity tracking, games, GPS, tap to pay. Number 3. Gabb Watch 3E. If you're anxious about taking the plunge and buying your child a smartwatch, the Gabb Watch 3E makes the transition feel less intimidating by offering so many parental control options. With the ability to approve all contacts, set precise geozones for close location tracking, and a parent-friendly app interface that makes blocking apps and putting your child's phone in focus mode a total breeze, the Gabb Watch 3E is a great introduction to smartwatches for parents and kids alike. In fact, our parent tester may have actually liked this watch a bit more than his son, who already has a smartphone and got bored quickly with the smartwatch features. But he appreciated being able to track his son's location accurately and set clear boundaries for travel. Our parent tester also liked how intuitive the parental controls app was. Note, this watch was initially called the Gabb Watch 3 when we tested it. Since then, Gabb upgraded the software, but not the watch itself, and changed the name to 3E. If you own a 3, updating the software will give you the latest version of this watch. This watch only works with Gabb's cellular plan, which has a monthly fee of $13 to $18, higher than many others on this list. Our parent tester thought the watch could have more features for that price, and while the parental control app is great, there aren't many other apps to download or features to use. The watch also needed to be charged every day. Monthly cost, $13 to $18 per month. Connectivity, Gabb cellular plan. GPS tracking, yes. Battery life, 12 to 48 hours. Features, texting, calls, emergency SOS, GPS tracker, safe zones, focus and silent modes. Number 2. Apple Watch SE 2nd Gen. The Apple Watch SE is the same smartwatch adults can use, so it has all the same functionality and convenience of other Apple products, something older kids will appreciate and more easily adapt to than younger kids. You have the option of getting a GPS-only version that works by being paired with a parent's phone, and GPS tracking works even when they're not near your phone or a Wi-Fi signal, or GPS plus cellular watch that can call and text without a nearby phone or Wi-Fi. Our tester's child loved how stylish and fashionable the watch looked on her wrist, and it was fairly easy for her use, too, whether it was for playing games, texting friends, or setting timers for homework. Parental controls were easy to navigate once our parent tester acclimated to the Apple Family Sharing app, which allows you to control the apps your kid downloads, lets you share contacts with them, although you can also add unlimited approved contacts outside of Apple as well, and allows you to set up Apple Pay for individual members. Once it was all set to go, our tester's daughter loved using her watch, getting particularly excited about closing her activity rings, time spent moving, exercising, and standing. Her dad liked using it to see where she was at any given time. Because it's made for adults, it's not as intuitive or simple for younger kids to use, and it doesn't have a camera like many of the other kids' watches do. Also, the version with cellular connectivity costs significantly more than the one made to sync with phones. Lastly, the battery life of this watch is very user-dependent, so if your child is actively using a lot of features on the watch, like games or music, it can drain the battery faster. For our tester, average use lasted a full day. Monthly cost depends on provider, no cost for GPS-only devices. Connectivity, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, US Cellular, Xfinity Mobile, Spectrum Mobile. GPS tracking, yes. Battery life, 18 hours. Features, texting, calls, app compatible, crash and fall detection, emergency SOS, daily activity, workout app, heart rate monitor, Apple Pay, swimproof, sleep tracker, medication app. Number 1. JrTrack 4 Kids Smartwatch. We were big fans of the Cosmo JrTrack 3, our former pick for best for elementary school kids, and are even more impressed with the updated version, the JrTrack 4. We found it to be very easy to set up on the parent's end and a breeze for kids to figure out. Its features include compatibility with Spotify Kids, unlimited call and text, and a 2 megabytes camera. Our tester kid loved the more mature aesthetic of the watch and how much it resembled more high-end tech products. The robust safety features on the Cosmo JrTrack 3 provided a lot of peace of mind for our tester's parent. Tracking was incredibly easy and accurate. I could find him anywhere in the neighborhood, which was incredibly helpful, she notes. The device also has an SOS mode that immediately alerts parents, opens a discrete communication channel, and increases location tracking refresh rates. It can also call 911, though that feature is separate from SOS mode and can be toggled on and off. In terms of parental controls, the watch can be entirely managed through an app on the parents' phones. Parents are the only ones able to add apps and contacts to the device, so everything is parent-approved from the start. Our tester's parent did have some issues with the sound clarity in calls, stating that it can be difficult to understand her kid. She does note that it's hard to tell though because 9-year-old boys are basically never still. Another pain point is that users were prompted to complete the initial startup tutorial again whenever the watch died. While contacts and other information stayed synced, being repeatedly taught how to use the same device was an inconvenience. This was resolved after an update, so double-check that your software is fully up-to-date if you run into the same issue. Monthly cost, $18 per month. Connectivity, Cosmo Mobile. GPS tracking, yes. Battery life, 24 hours. Features, GPS tracking, emergency SOS, school mode, pedometer, water resistant, unlimited talk and text, Spotify Kids compatibility.